Kemalotia and the Maharata.
The sequence we want to use is Lyra, Kemalotia,
And
Lyra,
Yeah.
and then only the Kemalotia activation key, the Anahazi.
Okay, so you don't want them to be Anahazi in the middle part, it's just the last part.
No, only the last part.
Only the last
right.
part. Okay, so we want me to go through that with them first
Yes, please.
to get familiar with it,
Yeah.
and then we do the whole lot.
So they're going to do Lyra,
Yeah.
then the Song of Kemalotia in English, then Lyra, and then the activation key,
Okay.
which is the Anahazi language.
Right, so I'll just get, but I actually sing that song with them a few times for them to get familiar with it first.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to take a comfort break, honey.
Yeah, and
If
take
you
a break
can get
then. Yeah.
all that done by 12:30,
Yeah, and then
I
take a break.
can complete this.
Yeah.
No, I can complete this, and then I've got some technique to do too, but I can at least get this done and maybe a little technique. So it would be great to say like an hour-ish, 12:15.
Okay, so I'll do it
So
there.
if you keep it fairly tight.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, folks. I just.
We've got a lot to do today. Rosalind is going to run. This is an activation technique which will require you to pay attention to what Rosalind is going to help you with. We need to be fairly quick about it because there's lots to do, all right? So I'll hand you over to Rosalind. She knows it better than Nash and I do. It's a lovely thing.
Right.
I'll be back shortly.
Okay. Are you all familiar with the Maharata? Everybody good. And the Son of Kemalotia? Right. Everybody? Right. Okay, so what we'll do before we actually do the whole sequence, because the particular technique we're practicing is to sing the Maharata, the Song of Lyra, then to sing the Song of Kemalotia in English, then the Song of Lyra again, and then to finish with the last verse of the Song of Kemalotia in Anahazi. So some of you may not be familiar with the last verse in Anahazi, and it's actually in your manuals. It's not a page number, but do you see at the end of your manuals you have all of the witness test? And it's the page just before that. If you can go back on the witness test at the back of your manuals. Okay? Just find it. There isn't actually, it's not paginated, but it's there. If you find, it just says the Song of Kemalotia, activation key, translation. Most of you find it? Yeah? Yeah, everybody have it? Okay? All right, so we'll just go through it maybe a few times for you to get used to it, and then we'll do it as part of the technique. And we'll take it maybe slowly the first few times, because it's quite a mouthful if you haven't done it before. Okay? So those of you who are familiar with it, you can sing along with me, and then as you get the feel of it, you can join in. People were asking in France about the pronunciation of the word there, Eshura, at the last line. Is it Eshura or Ishura? And Ma'a said that actually when you say Ishura, it's kind of a much stronger energy of sacred. So it's really sacred. It's really saying it very strongly. So we can say Ishura or Eshura there, just in case you're wondering on that one, okay? So we'll just sing it a few times, okay? Eta le hashadema eta hima ashrade Chresane tu eta de amorea durna through marahena ishura Kemalotia. Okay, we'll do it maybe twice more for everybody to get the feel of it, okay? Eta le hashadema eta hima ashrade Chresane tu eta de amorea durna through marahena ishura Kemalotia. So just do it one more time. Eta le hashadema eta hima ashrade Chresane tu eta de amorea durna through marahena ishura Kemalotia. That's great. See the feel of it. Okay, so the words, you probably all know the Maharata words, but if you don't, they're on page 86 in the manual. Okay, and so what we do is we sing the Maharata through once, and then the Son of Kamalahati in English, which is on page 87, and then we go back to do the Etta A. Having done the Song of Lara again, we sing that Etta A once, okay? And that's, I'm not sure what number technique it is, but as we'll tell you, I think it's number 9, is it? Yeah, that's the whole technique of number 9, okay? So we just try it, okay? Maharata humbai vectus rosaling in evo kaiun ivlium by vectai Maha by vectai unure ornamur Iste onte isa trashda hehera patateo ma ashelum taesha in tadoe shadayore ahumtan shadayore ahumtan shadayore ahumtan. Right, and then we did the Song of Kamalahati, page 87. Once was a night of a faraway dream. Once was a night when the candle fire burned. Once was a night when the nightingales sing. Once on this night worlds were born. Once on a day when the sun shone its brightest. Once on a day when the breezes rose high. Once on a day when the rivers flowed with sorrow. Once on this day worlds were gone. But today, in this moment, in the heat of the fire, burns a long aching dream of life returned from the pyre. Oh, come near, new life reborn. Come, come, rise from the waters. Come, come, rise from the sea, reach forth, heart of the lion, ringing out from the ancient lands of destiny. Once were a peoples pure and of innocence. Once were a peoples loving and free. Once were a peoples alive with eternal light. Once were a peoples the higher lay in victory. Once came a wind dark and cold from the lowly places. Once came a spawn of the dark fallen sun. Once when the rays of the demon spread suffering, once stricken the higher lay were done. But today, in this moment, in the warmth of the sun, rise the long hidden peoples of the gold and silver one. Oh, come near, highly reborn. Come, come, old from the dreamlands. Come, come, rise from memory. Reach forth, children of a higher lake. Camelot awaits thee where the golden portals call. Now in a dream all the worlds that had gone away. Now in a dream walking forth to the dawn. Here in this dream, reaching forth to the universe and call to the port of our home. Come, come, open the doorways. Come, come, let us be free. Here now we give of our love to thee, the homeland so longed for, sacred Kemalowhati. And then the Maharata again. Maharata whom by vectus Rosaline in evo caiuni blium by vecti Maha by vecti unore ornamur iste unte isa trashda hehera patate yoma ashelum taeja intadoe Shaddai ahumtan ahumtan Shaddai ahumtan ahumtan Shaddai ahumtan. And then the activation. Eta eta le hashadema eta eta hima shrade chresane tu eta du amoreya durna through marahena Ishura Kemalowhati.
Boy. I have to calm down a bit. I walked in a room, whoosh. It was good job. Just so we understand the significance of that, what you've just been doing, is that's referred to as Technique 9, and it exists in the precise sequence of techniques. Lovely, isn't it? And it is key, it's a key prerequisite to successful pineal optical induction of the sacred keys that you're yet to be given and yet to induce. And one of the aspects of the sequence that we've moved through with the techniques that we've worked with this gathering, one of the, it's not secondary by any means, but one of the things that happens is that you have to prepare your fields, your templates, in order that the registration of the keys can be successful, so that you anchor the keys in your fields, right? So that when you leave here and you do the things that you do, when you find yourself being moved to a particular place for a particular reason without necessarily understanding what, it will be to drop those keys. And all you have to do is to go someplace and be there. And the keys understand, remembering that they're fully conscious and aware, even if you're not altogether fully conscious and aware of what they need to do with you, they will just simply transfer. They'll pick up in the appropriate receptor points in the grids, right? And you drop those keys and they'll lock in the places they need to go. So that's what Technique 9 specifically is about. This enables you to anchor these keys that we'll induce after lunch today. And I'll just, because I love it so much, I'll just show you the one that you guys have produced, which is this. And this is a little different because these components we refer to rather more as geometric mathematical programs. They are all that. They're all geometric mathematical programs. But these components are what we refer to as angelic writing. This is true angelic writing. Okay. Now, before we break for lunch, I need to deal with the date that I was telling you I was expecting to be translated as a result of what you did to us. And telling you I suspected it would be about resetting the cosmic clock. Little did I know, because I didn't look at this. It says resetting the cosmic clock, the cosmic 12, 12, 11, 11 activation, the true story. Excuse me a second, I just need some just to keep me lubricated. The techniques we have to do before we break for lunch are quite short, so we don't have 46 steps to do in the time, fortunately. Right. Universal Galactic Planetary Amareya Akasha A flame body activation initiated on November 5 through 6th during 2002 with the Scepter Eka 1212 1111 Veka Stargate 12 activations. It will complete with activation of the 12th Rushe Scepter Pillar, the last of the 12 Rushe Scepter Pillars, and consummation of the Universal Galactic Planetary Amareya Akasha A flame body on December 21, 2012. That key I just showed you is Rushe 12. For bridge zone alignment and passage into the Universal Amareya Akasha A flame, the body and shields of the ascending life field, that's you and other life forms, must be able to receive and hold the 13th pillar initiation that will enter Earth shields during the May 27, 2003 Hitharo peak. The 13th pillar initiation represents the activation of the Christ 1 code in Earth shields. There are 12. Second coming of the cosmic Christ. That's what activation of the Christ 1 code is. The Christ 1 code activation carries with it simultaneous activation of the Templar Rushe 1, Scepter 1, Eka 1 lock key code sequence. The K1, R1, S1, E1 lock key code Templar activation sequence, also known as the Cosmic 1111, initiates or anchors the 13th pillar, Akasha Ea Amareya flame, in the Azare Shield's center point, from the Akasha Ea God core worlds, down the Akasha A, Akasha and Eka God world stairway, and into the Density 1 Universal Veka shields, and all Veka solar planetary shields. When the 13th pillar center point Amareya flames within the Azare points of the shields initiate anchor, then activate consummate, and that means begin transmitting their codes through the shields. The 12 Templar Rushe pillars of the Akasha Ea God core world begin their initiation anchoring consummation activation cycle down through the God worlds and into the universal Veka systems. This process is known as resetting the cosmic clock. The cosmic clock represents the natural time pulsation rhythms that set the synchronized alignment and opening closing cycles of stargate sets, groups of stargates, from the highest God world to the lowest Veka heavens. The 12 Rushea scepter pillars of the Akasha Ea God core worlds represent the cosmic clock, as they eternally hold the original energy expansion contraction time pulsation rhythms program of the cosmic divine blueprint. When a lower God world or Veka system experiences critical mass damage to its divine blueprint shield, the 12 Rushea scepter pillars of the Akasha Ea cosmic clock automatically set the cosmic clock in motion. The 12 pillars are sent down through the stargate steps into the damaged system, such as this one, resetting the system's original divine blueprint via the cosmic divine blueprint. Resetting the cosmic clock serves to clear all time distortions from the damaged system. This allows the damaged system's Stargate network to resynchronize with the cosmic Stargate opening-closing cycles, placing the damaged system back online with its original time pulsation rhythm, which constitutes its organic time cycle progression through the density systems. The self-regulating cosmic clock 12 Ruche scepter pillar system is an intrinsic part of the original divine creation, the manifestation in cosmic terms of Source, God's original divine intention of creating a perpetually self-sustaining, eternal life field creation arena. The cosmic clock within the cosmic crest of the Akasha Air God core worlds is capable of perpetually maintaining the synchronized balances of expansion and contraction of consciousness and energy into and out of manifest expression. It is the divine checks and balances system embodied through the divine order of the cosmic template pillar or Templar that allow the creation to be continually self-sustaining and self-regenerating as a reflection of the God source nature and divine intention. Now moving into a section described as the waves of ascent and descent, the cosmic 1111, and the blue fire sword initiations and the relationship to the 12 Ruche pillars. The cosmic 1111, 13th pillar, the center point of the cosmic Ruche that holds the eternal Akasha Air Amareya flame of living Kathara, initiates in Earth shields on May 27, 2003, and consummates, activates on August 12th, the magnetic peak, 2003. Consummation activation of the cosmic 1111 lock key code sequence begins immediate initiation of resetting the cosmic clock with initiation anchoring of the first of the Akasha Air Ruche scepter pillars. Ruche scepter pillar 1 initiates with the cosmic 1111 consummation on August 12, 2003 and activates on December 21, 2003. The remaining 11 Ruche scepter pillars will initiate and consummate on these same dates. In other words, the initiation will always occur on the magnetic peak of August 12, and consummation will always occur on December 21st, until the final consummation activation of Ruche scepter pillar 12 on December 21, 2012. Pillar 1 is 2003, 2 is 2004, Pillar 3 is 2005, Pillar 4 is 6, Pillar 5 is in 2007, Pillar 6 in 2008, 7 is in 9, 8 is in 10, Pillar 9 is in 11, and the crest capstone pillars 10, 11, and 12 will all occur in 2012. Portions of the universal, galactic, planetary and personal shields that can receive and anchor and hold the cosmic 1111 13th pillar initiation during the Hetharo peak of May 27, 2003 will be able to catch the wave of ascent into the natural, universal time pulsation rhythm as the cosmic clock initiates on August 12, 2003. Portions of the shields that cannot hold the cosmic 1111 initiation will anchor the D13 reverse blue fire sword Archangel Michael Metatronic initiation as it simultaneously anchors in Earth shields on May 27, 2003, entering the wave of descent to the Wesadak black hole. Now this is an extension of what we've been talking about earlier today and at other times during the gathering. So now the further significance of working with the techniques is being revealed, but now the cosmic significance is being shown to you. Okay? Now we're moving into the blue fire sword, the gold wave monadic infusion, the golden sensor pulse, the golden arches, and the Stonehenge situation. Initiation of the inorganic blue fire sword base 8 D13 reverse frequency was set in motion due to the United Intruder resistance activation of the unnatural universal Vecca 666 beast machine on March 23, 2002. On November 5 and 6, 2002, as the natural base 12 D7 D8 universal gold wave monadic infusion entered our universal Vector shields via the D8 Mentaka Orion universal Stargate 8. And this is what France is about. The UIR simultaneously launched their inorganic base 8 D8 reversed golden sensor pulse into our universal galactic planetary shields. The natural gold wave monadic infusion releases the first set of central lock seals within the Azure point shield centers, opening the central universal Vector passageways to receive the 13th pillar Akasha Air Amareya flame during the cosmic 1111 initiation of May 27, 2003. Once activated, the gold wave monadic infusion becomes a progressively intensifying arc of natural D7 and D8 frequency. The gold wave monadic arc serves as an anchoring rod for the natural 13th pillar Akasha Air Amareya flame frequency within our universal galactic planetary shields. The inorganic gold sensor pulse, created by the Wasadax as part of the Beast machine, was designed to force open an unnatural wormhole in our universal Stargate 8 at Mentaka Orion. Once activated, the golden sensor pulse becomes a progressively intensifying, constant arc of base 8 D8 reversed monadic reverse frequency. The golden sensor monadic reversal arc serves as an anchoring rod for the D13 reverse blue fire sword frequency within our universal galactic planetary shields. On November 5th through the 6th, 2002, as the opening of Planetary Stargate 12 at Montségur, France commenced, both the gold wave monadic arc and the gold sensor monadic reversed arc initiated within our universal galactic and planetary shields. This event will be known in future as the initiation of the Golden Arches transmitting station for infrasound transmissions of base 8 reversed Metatronic frequency that has slowly but progressively initiated subharmonic activation of the 6 Metatronic implants within Earth's shields. Since failure of the Wasadax intended takeover during the 22326 BC stellar activation cycle, the diodic grid at Stonehenge, embedded with Earth's mantle beneath Stonehenge, had been the Wasadax intended anchoring point for the golden sensor monadic reversal arc and the D13 reversed flaming blue sword of Archangel Michael. In parentheses, most genuine crop circles in England have been orchestrated via Wasadac races as they periodically enter programming codes into the NDC grid system through its extensive network of interface grid lines. End parens. The NDC grid Stonehenge site is connected to the elaborate Michael-Mary turnstile matrix network that is intended to globally distribute the blue sword current once the May 27, 2003 planetary fire sword initiation occurs, and the 6 primary Metatronic shield implants have initiated. The Nibiruan diodic crystal grid at Stonehenge, that site first receives the golden sensor monadic reversal arc, then transmits the arc directly to the D11.5 Metatronic Eye Avalon Seal Metatronic implant receiver located beneath the Earth's mantle at Rennes-le-Château, France. From Rennes-le-Château, the golden sensor arc traverses Earth shields to Planetary Stargate 12 at Montségur via an intricate amethyst crystal Atlantean pylon implant network interface, an implant transduction matrix positioned beneath the medieval castle town of Carcassonne, France. Yeah, and those of us that were there know what that meant. Boy, it was the pits, believe me. The original UIR Wasadac plan involved using the golden sensor arc to destroy Planetary Stargate 12, then create a grid network interface from the Avalon seal at Rennes-le-Château, the implant seal, to the 666 Apollyon Metatronic seed atom positioned within the planetary Azure point which is actually a position off the coast of the Sahara in northwest Africa. The golden sensor reverse arc was intended to destroy planetary Stargate 12 as the arc passed through Stargate 12 during its initiation cycle, and then pass into an amethyst APIN interface network, that's Atlantean Implant Network, an APIN interface located in the country now called Andorra on the France-Spain border. And that will give you a hint as to why we're going to have to go there by or before August this year at the magnetic peak. Where am I? I've lost my place, excuse me a minute. In the country now called Andorra, then arc back up to the Carcassonne Amethyst APIN interface and Rennes-le-Château Avalon Seal. From Rennes, the golden sensor reversed arc follows an APIN line into the grids beneath what is now Paris, France, where 3 Metatronic interface amplification implant networks were positioned in 10,500 BC. The Paris interface sites have been progressively activated via the NDC grids since the 1800s. And now we know why we had to spend the time doing what we were doing in the Louvre, and later that day, and finally on the Seine in the evening. The Paris implant number 1 receiving and amplifying station, located beneath what is now the Louvre Museum, was set into full function with the creation of the massive glass pyramid structures that were created by Mitterrand, in opposition to just about every Frenchman that ever made a comment. The glass pyramid structure in the courtyard, which served to harness, amplify and store the golden sensor reversed arc frequencies. Paris implant number 2 is a transducer located beneath the River Seine. It draws the golden sensor arc frequencies from the Louvre, then transmits the reversed arc outward to the main transmission station of Paris implant number 3, located beneath the Eiffel Tower. The tower serves to direct the projection, transmission angles of the golden sensor reversed arc. The Paris golden sensor interface was created to strengthen the power of the arc and later the blue sword, so that the blue sword current would be powerful enough to activate the 666 Metatronic seed atom in Sahara, Africa, and override the reverse natural program of planetary Stargate 11 at Millkill in the Vale of Pewsey in England. The wasted axe intended to direct the lower planetary stargates of Earth, Templar, through planetary Stargate 11 gate. The Paris golden sensor Metatronic interface transmits to the 666 Metatronic seed atom and the HARP machine in Alaska via a series of Space Needle building transducers, and the space buildings are the kinds of those skinny kinds of constructions like the Post Office Tower in London. That's the kind of needle we're talking about. Contemporary structures, not ancient ones. Through a series of Space Needle building transducers, then the HARP machine bounces the golden sensor reverse arc via satellite back to the NDC grid at Stonehenge, completing the circuit, where it next interfaces directly with planetary Stargate 11 in England and QSite 11 in Ireland, which also now explains why we were knowing about going to Ireland in February, but not knowing why. Now we do. All right, moving into secrets of the 11s and 12s, the Cosmic 1212, the Universal 1111 initiation of November 5 through 17, 2002, or in parens, France, if you like, the French trip. When the natural gold wave monadic infusion and inorganic golden sensor pulse began initiation of the gold wave arc and golden sensor reversed arc on November 5 through 6, 2002, the NDC grid at Stonehenge, the Avalon Seal at Rennes, the Amethyst APIN interface, and the Paris point 3 of the NDC grid Blue Sword anchoring network came online with the golden sensor reversed arc. The Blue Sword will enter Earth's shields via the Stonehenge NDC grid anchoring point, activate the 666 Metatronic seed atom implant and the 4 Metatronic Blackheart implants. It will traverse the anchoring network to planetary Stargate 11 England, then run the global Michael-Mary turnstile matrix to the European Michael-Mary line and the Rachel grid APIN interface. On November 5 through 6, the UIR WISADEX were not successful in destroying planetary Stargate 12 due to orchestration of what is called the Cosmic 12-12-12-12, a Universal 11-11 initiation. The Cosmic 12-12-12-12 initiation began on November 5 through 17, 2002, as the Scepter 12, Eka 12, Veka 12, Ruche 12 lock key codes initiated. And there were the keys that we brought through whilst we were there on the trip. Initiated within the Universal Veka shields and were anchored into Earth Templar by Indigo Children at Montsegur, France, as Planetary Stargate 12 began its opening cycle. The secrets of the 11s and 12s have always referred to the precise sequence of lock key codes that needed to be entered into the cosmic, universal, galactic, and planetary shields in order to open the density locks and stargates to the Akasha Air God core worlds. Implementation of the Cosmic 12-12-12-12 code represented activation of the cosmic checks and balances by which the cosmic clock and cosmic divine blueprint would be reset within the lower shields via anchoring, initiation, and activation consummation of the 12 Ruche scepter pillars of the cosmic clock, Ruche Godseed core. The Cosmic 12-12-12-12 activation will allow the universal radio bodies from the Akasha Air universes to the universal Veka systems to open, forming the eternal Akasha Air Amareya flame body support capsule, through which the final Cosmic 11-11 activation can take place to reset the cosmic clock. The Cosmic 11-11 activation is the Templar lock key code activation sequence that opens the Shield Azure center point locks from the Akasha A to the Universal Veka and its planets, stars, enabling the 13th Ruche pillar, the Akasha Air Amareya cosmic flame, to enter into the lowest Veka universes down here. Right? The Cosmic 11-11 is in actuality the entry of the 1 codes, Ruche 1, Scepter 1, Echo 1, and Christ 1. The Christ 1 code opens the Azure center seal of the Cosmic Christ shield and the Eucatharista Amareya flame body, allowing release of the Eucatharista Amareya cosmic Christ flame. The Christ 1 code holds within it the mathematical programs of all of the 1 codes below it, and thus the 1111 lock key code sequence is entered into the shields via the single Christ 1 code. The long anticipated event of entering the cosmic Christ 1 code and the 1111 lock key code sequence into the stairway to heaven levels for resetting of the cosmic clock and divine cosmic blueprint has been referred to as the second coming of Christ. The first being the original creation point, incidentally. The 1111 lock key code sequence became cloaked within the 1111 symbology, hidden. The Cosmic 1111 13th pillar activation begins the reset cycle on the cosmic clock. The Akasha Aya Amareya flame pillar 13 at the shield center Azure first anchors, initiates, and consummates within the lower shields first. Then the 12 Ruche scepter pillars of the cosmic clock progressively initiate and consummate. The 12 pillars ride on the carrier wave of the 13th pillar, and thus the Cosmic 1111 13th pillar activation must occur before the cosmic clock can be reset. Before the 13th pillar Akasha Aya Amareya flame can anchor initiate within the lower shields, the universal radial body density locks for the Akasha Aya, Akasha A, Eka, and Veka universes must be released to allow the Akasha Aya Amareya flame 13th pillar to pass from one God world level to the next level below. The Cosmic 12-12-12-12 lock key code sequence, that's Scepter 12, Eka 12, Veka 12, and Ruche 12, must first activate to activate the outer cosmic universal radial bodies into their flame body, which then opens the central shield Azure points to open to receive the Cosmic 1111 13th pillar lock key code sequence. The opening procedures for resetting the cosmic clock are the running of the Cosmic 12-12-12-12-11-11 Templar code sequence, the cosmic Templar opening procedure has become cloaked within the 12-12-11-11 symbology, which has been known as the Christ Code, and in our universal Vecca as the code of the second coming of Christ. All of this symbology has always referred to the eternal procedures for resetting the cosmic clock, for restoration of the cosmic divine blueprint within all manifest worlds. The cosmic 12-12 Templar sequence began initiation on November 5th through 17, 2002 in France. The cosmic 12-12 activation consummation will occur on December 21, 2002, preparing Earth shields for the May 27, 2003 cosmic 11-11, that's the dropping of the Christ 1 code, 13th pillar initiation. The cosmic 11-11 13th pillar activation consummation will occur on August 12, 2003. The first part of the cosmic 12-12 code, Scepter 12, which you have copies of, or if you haven't, you shortly will, was initiated on November 5th, 2002 at Montségur as the natural gold wave monadic infusion initiated during planetary Stargate 12 opening. The second part of the cosmic 12-12, Eka 12, was initiated on November 6, 2002 at Rennes-le-Château, Avalon Seal Metatronic Implant. The third part of the cosmic 12-12 was expedited into initiation on November 7 through 8, 2002 in Carcassonne through initiation of the Universal Monadic Override sequence. This sequence utilizes initiation of Vecca Code 8, Vecca Code 11 sequence, which triggers expedited initiation of Vecca Code 12 through using the monadic code Vecca 8 to run the gold wave infusion, allowing Vecca 11 and its parallel Vecca 11 to merge for triggering of Vecca 12 initiation. This is understood as monadic override, not manic override, monadic override, is often referred to as the universal 11-11 activation. Vecca 11 parallel 11 equals Vecca 12 initiation. Initiation of the cosmic 12-12 sequence allowed the Eka Guardian races to rapidly draw the gold wave monadic infusion arc from planetary Stargate 12 France as it activated up into the NDC grid at Stonehenge, where the golden sensor reversed arc enters, circulates out from and back to form a closed circuit in Earth's Templar for the blue sword to follow. This action, the Eka Guardian race's action, allowed the natural gold wave arc to break into the UAR closed circuit, a portion of the gold wave arc, thus intercepting and phase bonding to the golden sensor reversed arc. The arc phase bond allowed the gold wave arc to split into two arcs, one moving from Stonehenge to Q-Site 11 Ireland, the other running with the golden sensor arc to the Avalon Seal at Rennes-le-Château, the Carcassonne Appin interface, and through Stargate 12 at Montségur. The phase-bonded gold wave arc created a protective shield for Stargate 12, preventing its destruction as the golden sensor arc passed through. The phase-bonded golden sensor arc, anchoring rod for the blue sword, and gold wave monadic arc. So the sensor arc, remember, is the reversed one. Gold wave is organic, divine blueprint. The gold wave monadic arc, anchoring rod for the 13th pillar, Akasha Amareya flame, passed from Stargate 12 to the Andorra Amethyst Appin interface, back to the Carcassonne Amethyst Appin interface, and Rennes-le-Château, and into the Paris Golden Sensor interface system to the 666 Metatronic seed atom and the Heart machine in Alaska, before returning to Stonehenge and Planetary Stargate and Q-Sites 11, respectively. On November 11th, 2002, the phase-bonded golden wave arc, carrying the three parts of the cosmic 12-12-12 code, made its way throughout the closed circuit network of the golden sensor arc, blue sword transmission line, creating an open circuit interface via the portion of the gold wave arc that did not phase bond to the golden sensor reversed arc. This complicated network of arc interface will cause the NDC grid, the Avalon Seal, and the global Michael Mary turnstile matrix to run the gold wave arc, cosmic 1212, 1212 activation, and the coming cosmic 1111, 13th pillar activation, Akasha Ea, Amareya cosmic arc of Eros, through the 666 Metatronic seed atom during the planetary fire sword initiation of May 27, 2003. Which, if you're following, is a very good thing. I'm glad. We move on now to the Hitharo, last leg of this, then we'll do some technique, and then we'll go and eat. The Hitharo, return of the Christ, splitting the 666 seed atom and shield separation. The event of the beast running a partial Christic code through partial temporary monadic phase bonding will allow for splitting of the 666 Metatronic seed atom through the intricate process of the Hitharo, by virtue of which the present 31 to 51% majority planetary shields phase lock and resultant pending solar red pulse can be averted. It's a very good thing. The Hitharo cycle, which began initiation on November 5th, 2002, with initiation of the first Scepter 12 code, and will begin running the final part of the Cosmic 12-12-12-12 code, Ruche Code 12, on November 22nd, 2002, will reach the Hitharo peak consummation on May 27, 2003, between 11:11 p.m. and 12:12 a.m., May 28th, 2003, Universal Standard Shield Resonance time. At the end of this hour of the Hitharo peak, known as the Great Silence, the Cosmic 1111, 13th pillar, and the Christ 1 code will initiate in our universal, galactic, and planetary shields, and the 666 Metatronic seed atom of Earth will split. Simultaneously, all universal 666 Metatronic seed atom implants of the Beast Machine will split, and our universal, galactic, planetary, and personal shields will initiate the cycle of resetting the cosmic clock and cosmic divine blueprint. Splitting of the Metatronic seed atoms will release the present state of universal shield 31 to 51% divine blueprint remaining, the phase lock effect of that, which would, if left unattended, create the effect of a solar red pulse destruction upon anchoring of the Beast's blue sword during the May 27, 2003 planetary fire sword initiation. Commencement of the Hitharo peak and the cosmic 1111 13th pillar initiation will set in motion the natural process of the separation of shields, as the irreparable portions of the universal, galactic, planetary, and personal shields that carry less than 30% remaining divine blueprint, that's to say the portions with monadic reversal, that's 70% monadic reversal, 30% divine blueprint. So anything with less than 30% will be subject to this. They will progressively draw into the Weserdak black hole, falling into alignment as the blue fire sword activation begins consummating in their grids, in their body grids, in their personal grids, following the Hitharo. The portions of the shields that have not experienced monadic reversal will begin the cosmic 1111 initiation as the 13th pillar, Akasha Ea, Amareya, Eros, eternal flame frequencies anchor in their own grids. Portions of the shields that are able to anchor the cosmic 1111 initiation 13th pillar during the May 27, 2003 Hitharo peak to catch the wave of ascent will receive the cosmic 1111 consummation activation and initiation of anchoring the 12 Ruche scepter pillars to reset the natural program of the cosmic clock within the shields on the magnetic peak day of August 12, 2003. During the May 27, 2003 Hitharo peak, all portions of the universal, galactic, planetary, and personal shields will anchor one of the two arcs. black or white, one of the two. Either they will anchor the base 8, D13 reversed, blue fire sword, Metatronic, Archangel Michael, black hole, Ark of Descent, or the base 12, 13th pillar, Akasha Ea Amareus Eros Christ Ark, also called the Ark of the Emerald Covenant. The Ark of the Emerald Covenant of Palador. Amareya flame body initiations, yeah, it makes you prickle, doesn't it? Amareya flame body initiation techniques 12, 13, 14, 16 and 17 are needed to prepare the personal shields for activation of the cosmic 1212, 1212 on December 21st, 2002 and the cosmic 1111 of May 27, 2003. Okay, if you're not already asleep, I'll do some techniques and put you to sleep. I'm not suggesting a short break now because it won't take very long to run through these, and then we can get off to lunch, and it'll be more efficient to do it like that. So now we know. Okay, we all comfortable? We all taped up? I'm touched by your eagerness to record it. Let's get you powered up. All right, please take several gentle, free breaths while focusing your mental attention, high concentration, the highest concentration of intention you can make. Just take some minutes getting it together. I don't know whether I ever pointed this out to you, but when you go on the inner, when you close your eyes, really, I suppose what we're telling you is go feel yourself inside and go. Suck yourself into the single point of self-awareness. Bring your consciousness to the point. Bring it into the throne of power at the Azure. Draw your own frequency at that point. Concentrate your conscious awareness there. It's not an effort, it's easy. Just intend that it's concentrated there, and it will be. Take 3 2-point breaths. On the inhale, drawing pale silver up from Earth core, pulling pale yellow D14 down from chakra 14. Direct the currents to meet at the Azure at the top of each inhale. Bring them together at the top of each in-breath, building a large spark of the gold and silver one, the silver gold light in the Azure. And on each out-breath, exhale forcefully, using the breath to push the rays of silver golden light outward in all directions, through every atom and into the auric field. Take 2 or 3 more of those 2-point breaths. And then breathe easily when you're finished. And then we're going to issue a command using the Anahazi Ilahi language, which means, what it will mean is, I am now, my D12 Christos self, past, present, future, and forevermore. And it sounds like this. Don't say it yet. You can do it 3 times when I tell you. Ure, Ishe, Nur, etu. Ure, ishe, nure tu. 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 That's excellent. Now just repeat one time in your own natural language, your native language in fact, the following command. I in my wholeness declare now that mine eyes shall see the tormentor here as presented before me. I call to thee, dweller of the darkness, shadow dancer at the threshold of my soul, in fearless, blameless, all-forgiving, unconditional love. In Christ's love I bid you fond farewell. In divine truth I move now to set us free. To each fulfill our original Christed destiny. Go in peace. Be warned, beloved fallen. Withdraw alone before the eternal life fires of the universal Christos burn thee. I now reclaim my wholeness and Christed sovereignty. I call now to the sacred power of my personal inner Christos. Awakening the spark of the gold and silver one. And I call upon the Amorea flame of divine love that burns eternal now within me. Free now all that which is born of unholy union. Release now from my being all unintended creations. Uplift me now to the fulfillment of my inner eternal divine. Breathe freely for a moment with eyes closed and focus your mental attention upon the inside of your forehead at what we call the third eye chakra position. Imagine or intend that a teardrop-shaped, pale silver, two-dimensional Akasha symbol appears within the darkness on the inside of your forehead, forming an Akasha-shaped inner movie screen. If you think you can't visualize yet, or visualize this image yet, simply know that it's there. Intend that it be there. Breathe slowly but freely, and calmly observe any images, pictures or colors that may appear upon your own inner Akasha screen. Listen inwardly for any inner mind chatter, shadow body or shadow dancer commentary. Do not react at all to any images or words that may emerge, but simply observe in peaceful, loving detachment. You are completely safe within the loving embrace of your personal inner Christos. Here, no thing can hurt you. Here, you may rest freely to explore and review any and all parts of your multidimensional experience. If nothing emerges, simply carry on with the shadow dancer decoding steps which follow shortly. If you receive inner impression, observe them a bit if you desire, and when you feel ready to move on to complete the Shadow Dancer decoding process. We'll leave you though for a minute or two to observe in peaceful and loving detachment the response for your invitation to your own dancers to step forward and identify themselves as they must under these circumstances. Let them be known to you. I just bring your attention slowly back to the question of breathing and how we breathe. In a moment I'm going to ask you to take one 2-point gold and silver one breath, using the in-breath to simultaneously draw pale silver energy up from Earth's core, pale yellow down from the 14th chakra, to meet within the gold and silver one spark at the Azure point in the thymus. I want you to hold this breath at the top of the inhale to amplify thrust, while focusing your mental attention at the same time as holding your breath directly in the gold and silver one spark at the Azure. Now when you reach the point where you want to exhale, having held the breath with your focus, mental focus directly on the gold and silver one spark in the Azure, use a strong, quick exhale breath to push the gold and silver one spark directly out in front of you to a position about 2 feet away from your body in the auric field, directly in front of the thymus gland as a ray point position. And when you've done that, just breathe freely for a moment. So in your own time, 2-point breath, pale silver up, pale yellow down, coming into the Azure point within the silver one spark. Hold that breath as long as you comfortably can with your mental attention focused very much on the spark at the Azure, the gold and silver one spark. A rapid, intense exhale, pushing the gold and silver one out in front of you to a position about 2 feet away from your body in your auric field, directly in front of your Azure point. Now, imagine, or even see, but not least intend, that you can sense dark, slimy, black shadow dancer cords beginning to emerge from within their deep, forgotten hiding places inside of each of your 7 embodied chakras. Try to feel this movement or the weight of the heavy shadow dancer cord energy as it begins to move out the front chakra vortices and directly into the gold and silver one spark 2 feet out in your auric field. Just breathe easily as you do it. Try, if you can, to sense the feeling of growing lightness within the regions of your embodied chakras as the shadow dancer cords unwind from their ancient hiding places and are drawn by and into the gold and silver one spark for transmutation and demanifestation. Take some time to sense and support this multiple chakra clearing process while breathing gently. And mentally repeat, that's in the privacy of your own mind, mentally repeat the mantra command, I am free now, over and over, until you begin to genuinely feel the emotional truth of this statement. Play with the expression until the resonance of the way that you utter it in your mind begins to form strength, emotional strength. The strength may initially be disturbing and you may have to persist in allowing it to be free as a sensation that moves briefly through your emotional fields. I am free now. Feel it. This is the moment to move those chords through, to assist the gold and silver one, to take that from you which no longer belongs. Your intention, the nature of your relationship with your assertion that you are free now, I am free now, is the means by which you assist in this. I am free now. Slowly. Slow it down. Yes, allow the feelings to move through you. Allow it to happen. This is good. This is good. Hold your discipline as the emotion is moving. Now continue to assert that you are free now. This is the most important thing. Continue. I am free now. It's deep. Reach with the words. I am free now. I am free now. I am free now. Gradually bring yourself back. Bring yourself back from any kind of judgment, any fear of pain, or anger or confusion, or rage or sadness, guilt, the effects of frustrated love, all buried and stuck in the subconscious mind throughout the last 25,000 years. Just come back now. Good job. Bring your focus of attention slowly, but with all that strength, on the thought or image of the gold and silver one spark 2 feet out in front of your auric field. And allow yourself to know, feel, or imagine that all presently available dark, slimy, black shadow dancer cords have been drawn out of your chakras and body and into the gold and silver one spark. Imagine that you can see or feel the gold and silver one spark gently pulsating and vibrating as it gently and lovingly transmutes, purifies, and sets free the energies of which the shadow dancer cords were composed. Breathe easily and imagine for a moment that you can see in the left side of your auric field, just a few inches behind you, 6, 7, 8 inches behind you, the image of the Wesadak shadow dancer standing alone within its black hole world. All dark, slimy black connection cords are gone. The shadow dancer is no longer able to drain life force energies from you or your shadow body. Imagine now that you observe the shadow dancer without fear, without anger, and without pity. Try to find within your Christos avatar identity the power and genuine vibration of gentle, non-judgmental, unconditional love for the retreating shadow dancer. Telepathically send the dancer a message of forgiveness, but also a message of uncompromising assertiveness in regard to your intention of gaining and keeping freedom. That your sovereignty will always be respected from this moment forward. But send a final wish of peace and healing to the shadow dancer, but only if you feel truly inclined to do so. Never forget that the shadow dancers do not hold such good intentions for you. Breathe freely for just a few more moments and then inhale, using the inhale breath to draw your gold and silver one spark from the auric field back into the Azure point in the base of the thymus. The gold and silver one has transmuted and demanifested all errant energy that is absorbed from the shadow dancer cords and can safely return to you. First, remain with your eyes closed if you would, just breathing easily. Ma'a suggested that this is a moment where you've taken a huge step forward in reclaiming your sovereignty and an assertion about your freedom to live, your freedom to love, your freedom to move forth in creation with a huge degree of true awareness of yourself as a Christed being. And in this moment, we are prompted to suggest to you that you may make a personal covenant. From this moment forward, you will be free. And you will be more of who you are. Now I need to move you on, I'm sorry, but move you on to have you continue to breathe easily for a moment. While you begin to move your mental attention towards the left side of your auric field, the area that you were using when you were noticing the shadow body. Thank you. So move your attention toward the left side of your auric field to establish energetic contact, and you're safe to do this, with your shadow body and subconscious shadow self-identity. So to do this, you need to imagine that you can see or sense the presence of your shadow body sitting or standing next to the left side of your body in exactly the same body position and gesture that your present physical body is holding, just exactly as you are, as you think of yourself as being. This will always to be the left of your auric field and usually just behind you. Draw pale silver Maharic frequency up from Earth's core and into the golden silver one spark at the Azure point. Exhale forcefully using the breath to push the golden silver one spark from your Azure straight out to the left and directly into the Azure point of your shadow body double. Telepathically send thoughts of love, safety, non-judgment, and protection, and the desire for a joyful reunion with your shadow self, and a sense of respect and acknowledgement for the vast stores of knowledge and memory your shadow body still holds. Draw one more breath, repeat the process. Exhale, forcefully push the golden silver one spark fully into the Azure point of your shadow body double. And remember to send constructive thoughts as you do this. The shadow is a part of you, just simply an estranged part of you that contains much of what it is you want to know. Inhale slowly and steadily, using the in-breath to draw the gold and silver one spark with the shadow body attached directly into your physical body. It's entirely safe to do this. Pulling the gold and silver one spark back into your Azure point and aligning the two Azure points perfectly. The shadow body will now be in a position within you where it can energetically be accessed for direct healing and transmutation. Now, you're going to take several 2-point breaths. On the inhale, you'll draw pale silver out from Earth's core, simultaneously drawing pale yellow down from chakra 14. On the top of each breath, on top of each inhale, you bring the two currents together at the Azure point, expanding the gold and silver one spark until it reaches the size of a large grapefruit. On each out-breath, exhale forcefully, using the breath to push rays of silver golden light outward in all directions, through every atom of your body, into the auric field, and through every atom of the shadow body double within you. Now, these 2-point breaths go from anything from 6 to 12 breaths. And at home, continue until you feel a tingling or a sense of warmth spreading and lightness within the Azure and throughout your physical body. Okay, good. Remain with your eyes closed and breathe easily. You have just addressed all accessible portions of your own shadow side, your shadow self. You've transmuted all that can be reached, and you have automatically restored elements of the organic blueprint in your template as a result of doing that. Now, this final technique before we break for lunch is one which is designed for you to work with at home, but I can tell you that you all have an Iyani mentor who awaits your invitation and will only act on your invitation, and this technique provides the platform for you to begin to invite the guardian known as an Iyani, a future self, to make a connection with you for the remainder of your visit here, and if you both agree, they may actually accompany you home and work with you when you're there. Move your mental attention, please, to a point of focus at the top of the breastbone. This is the Azure, the tiny control center for the Kathara grid template. With your attention focused in the Azure, imagine that a deep azure blue azurite crystal sphere is located there. And within the crystal lies a throne of power. Imagine now that you produce your awareness as a spark of pale silver Maharic light, you as this spark of light. And in the way I suggested earlier, imagine that you are traveling as this spark into the center of the azurite crystal sphere, to the gateway of the Amraya flame of eternal Christed love. Imagine the gateway as a tiny Maharic silver egg, the cosmic Amraya egg, encased within a deep azure blue spherical standing wave. Imagine that you, as the eternal Maharic spark, move to the center of the egg within the crystal. Here you have entered your place, your eternal birthright, the place of your eternal birthright, the hallowed ground of your original divine heritage, is a living expression of the one God source. The egg within the gateway and Manu, Azurite flame, is the eternal still point through which the still small voice of the God Self within speaks. Now visualize or simply intend that you, as the spark of Maharic light, are now positioned within the gateway, the Amaraya gateway, a pale silver spark of light encased within the pale silver Amaraya egg, the egg within the Azurite flame of the deep azure blue Azurite crystal sphere, the inner ecocenter point of creation. Here all things are eternally still, calm and peaceful. Here is the sanctuary within, the inner temple, the Camelot Atia, the eternal safe ground and perpetual guardian of one's personal, eternal, direct relationship to God's source. Inhale Maharic current up from the earth core and into the Azurite crystal center, directly into the gateway, through the flame and into the egg. Exhale gently, filling the egg with Maharic current. And as you do, imagine that the egg has begun to awaken, responding to your intention and desire to return to at-one-ment with your God Self. The egg now fills with pulsing, pale silver Maharic light and expands, growing larger and larger, extending outward to encase your physical body in a beautiful, shimmering egg of eternal life. Allow yourself to sense and feel the living presence of God Source, your personal God Self, everywhere around you. You are now encased within its eternal love, mercy, protection, divine understanding. Use a few seconds to imagine that you can see and feel the Amaraya egg fully encasing your physical body, and that an azurite flame of deep azure blue extends into the room from you, fully enshrouding you within the Amaraya egg capsule. Extend your imagination to remember that beyond the azurite flame is the azurite crystal sphere. And you may easily sense the azurite crystal as extending 20 feet or more all around your physical body in the room. And as you do this, please know that you have brought your own throne of power directly into 3D. You have become your own still point in your current living reality. You have brought the Amaraya gateway directly to the doorstep of D3 finite creation. And from this point of eternal power and love, you can heal all, understand all, love all, co-create all, within the Amaraya egg and the azurite crystal sphere. You and God Self are one. Inhale deeply, drawing Maharic current up again to the azure of the thymus gland, and exhale current into the azure, and feel the current rapidly expand to every atom and cell in your physical, emotional and mental bodies. Remember, the Maharic current acts as a carrier wave for intention. Now, on the next inhale, I want you to draw current directly from the azure, nowhere else. Inhale gently, drawing current directly from the azure. Hold it briefly. Exhale horizontally, using the breath to expand a Maharic wave disk outward from the azure, extending its perimeter to touch the inside of the Amaraya egg around your body. Now, visualize a blue spark of light in the center of your brain at the pineal gland. This represents a portion of your conscious awareness This is just exactly what you would do from the witness quiz analysis when you've identified the kinds of ray associations where you would create this technique in this way, using your own awareness of the ray sensitivity. So with the blue spark of light in the center of the brain, inhale and use the breath to move the blue spark down the central vertical to the tailbone, to the tip, the first cell. Then breathe normally for a few moments while visualizing the blue spark inside the first cell, inside the bone of the tailbone. Use the next in-breath to draw the blue spark up to the pineal gland first, and then on up through the crown chakra at the top of the head. When you exhale, imagine the blue spark at the top of the head turns into a 4-inch diameter blue disc of light sitting horizontally on the top of your head. And imagine yourself now, a small image of you, just as you look today, sitting on top of the blue disc. This is a mild D5 Kundalini activation, which is designed to assist you in the later stages of this technique of providing a literal interdimensional platform from which, in the next 60 seconds, you can issue your own personal invitation with your fields charged more than they've ever been. Your own invitation to your own GA Eoni mentor, if you would like, if you're ready for it. And when you've done issuing your invitation and perhaps feeling some kind of response or acknowledgement, when you've done, bring yourself back into your body. Don't rush. But when you're ready, come back into your body and very quietly and gently leave the room. And try and remember over the next hour or so that the invitation may be answered immediately. It would be good for you to keep some quiet space, gentle and still company.